Please like and subscribe. U.S. to evacuate embassy staff from Ukraine amid fears of Russian invasion. President Joe Biden and his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin will speak on Saturday as Western nations warned Moscow could invade its neighbor at any moment. Kiev, Ukraine. The United States on Saturday ordered the evacuation of most of its embassy staff in Kiev amid fears a Russian invasion of Ukraine is increasingly imminent. President Joe Biden and his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin will speak later as Western nations warned Moscow could invade its neighbor at any moment. The last time the two leaders spoke was December 30. Ahead of their call, Secretary of State Antony Blinken spoke with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov to discuss acute and shared concerns that Russia may be considering launching further military aggression against Ukraine in the coming days, according to a State Department readout of the conversation. It added that Blinken made clear that a diplomatic path to resolving the crisis remained open, but it would require Moscow to de-escalate and engage in good faith discussions. The call took place after the State Department said in a travel advisory early Saturday that it had ordered the departure of most U.S. direct hire employees from Embassy Kiev due to the continued threat of Russian military action. As of Sunday, it said, consular services will be suspended at the U.S. Embassy in Kiev and a small consular presence will be maintained in Lviv. Situated in western Ukraine, around 50 miles from the Polish border, Lviv is further away from probable Russian invasion routes. A senior State Department official told NBC News Saturday that the U.S. was going to maintain staff sufficient to be able to continue working closely with the Ukrainian government. They added that it appeared increasingly likely that the situation is headed towards some kind of active conflict. And that is why we are reducing our staff to a bare minimum. Russia also indicated it was moving staff from its embassy in Kiev. A spokesperson for the Russian Foreign Ministry said in a statement that it would optimize its staff numbers amid fears of provocation. Please note that our embassies and consulates will continue to perform their basic functions, they added. A readout of the Lavrov-Blinken call provided by Moscow said the Russian foreign minister had accused Washington of waging a propaganda campaign about possible Russian aggression, while ignoring key demands made by the Kremlin. The Biden administration believes there is a distinct possibility Russia could invade Ukraine before the end of the Winter Olympics on February 20, although officials do not believe that Russian President Vladimir Putin has made a final decision yet. On Friday, White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan suggested that the threat of such an incursion is now immediate enough to warn Americans still in Ukraine to leave in the next 24 to 48 hours. We continue to see signs of Russian escalation, including new forces arriving at the Ukrainian border. As we've said before, we are in the window when an invasion could begin at any time should Vladimir Putin decide to order it, Sullivan told reporters at a White House briefing. It came after Biden warned Americans who remain in Ukraine to leave immediately, saying in an interview with NBC News that sending troops into the country to rescue U.S. citizens would result in world war. American allies were also urging their citizens to leave the country. Israel said it had decided to evacuate family members of diplomats and Israeli workers at its embassy, while Britain, Germany and the Netherlands called on their citizens to leave as soon as possible. Moscow, meanwhile, began military exercises in the Black Sea involving over 30 naval fleets, Russian state-owned outlet RIA reported Saturday. Western allies have voiced concerns Russia may use the naval drills, as well as ongoing military exercises in Belarus, as cover for an invasion. In Ukraine's capital Kiev, however, the mood was calm. Shoppers milled about buying bits and pieces, some stocking up food from full supermarket shelves. The country's foreign ministry said in a statement Saturday that the country had strengthened its capacity to protect its citizens. Ukraine has now a strong position, including due to coordinated diplomatic contacts at all levels, conclusion of preparation by the US and the EU of the tough economic sanctions, arms supplies and macro-financial assistance, it said.